Folks at home, welcome to Tank Tuesday. We got the lid up. We got my girl Bonnie sitting right here on the left. My boy Clyde sitting back there behind all the bushes and rock. And the main event, Mr. Sheriff, sitting right here in the right corner of the tank. For some reason, that's where he's been sitting. This is our 300-gallon aquarium decked out with the aqua decor background. Alright folks, we're about to be heading out of town for the weekend, so we're going to feed the mobster really good, and we're also going to introduce something new to our new pet turtle over here. Looks like he's munching on the green variety right now, but this time, rather than dropping in individual minnows in this tank, we saw last week that he could eat 5 minnows. We're going to drop 4 in at a time and just see what happens. I have a feeling it's about to be chaos in here for the Moby. He got that back fin going, that mouth just sitting there chewing. He's like, feed them to me. Alright Moby, all you can eat buffet right now. 4 at a time. He sees them. He sees the net over here. He's like, I know where they're at. Give them to me, big dog. Alright, here we go. 4 at a time. Oh, oh, one fell out. He may have gotten all 3 of the others. There's the last one. Jeez. Moby, you are a savage. One fell out of the net on the way down. I threw him back in. He just made quick toast of him. Moby, that's unreal. You don't even give these guys a minute to go in and hide in the tank. We are definitely about to have to put you in the 300-gallon. Look at him. He's still acting like he's hungry. Alrighty folks, I tell you all the time, there's crazy things that go on the Tank Tuesday scene, and check out this little dude right here. Our turtle has carried up floating plants with him. He's got him on his shell, and look at it, on his head there. It's like he's in a ghillie suit trying to hide from everybody. He eats these plants down here, and I have no idea how he got them stuck on his shell and on his head. That is hilarious. He's sitting up there on his basking rock, and he's kind of like in a little camo outfit up there. I didn't know what to think about him. Moby didn't know what to think about him either, but he was a little bit hungry. That's our little pleco there, feeding upside down. Like I said, the animals in our tank are crazy. When the first time I came in here, I thought that our pleco was dead whenever he was feeding upside down on the water like that, but this fish can float upside down and still eat. Let's see if we can look at him. There he is from the top side. See? He's alive and well. Right there. He can eat upside down. Strange things happen on the BamaBass Tank Tuesday channel.
So I was about to do a water change here on the minnow tank, and I was getting these last few minnows out, and I went to pick this up. I thought that Heisenberg had died. He just molted. He's up in there. Somewhere. There he is. He's happy. Just molted. So I'll leave that in there. I'll make sure to leave that in there whenever I do the water change.
Alright folks, our 300-gallon tank is in ruins, and you can see that we've had to put a divider in to separate our fish. Bonnie and Clyde have been battling it out to see who's going to be the supreme bass. I think Bonnie's been winning here recently, so we had to separate them. We put Sheriff and Clyde over here on the same side. Clyde's got a couple battle wounds, but look at this. Bonnie even ate the crawfish that we showed in our last video. That crawfish lived in this tree stump for about 3 weeks, and I guess it made its way through here, got through there. Bonnie has been a wrecking ball lately. Look at it. That's all the remains of the crawfish. She tore his claws off and then ate him. Bonnie has been a savage here of late. She doesn't want to have any other tank mates, doesn't want to live with anybody, so that's why we had to put that big divider in. But even though we got them separated, we still got to feed them, so it's feeding time for Bonnie, Clyde, and Sheriff. Alright, first up, we're going to feed the big girl, Bonnie. You ready to eat? Yep, definitely ready to eat. I'll flip them in here and see what she'll eat. Yep. She is getting huge. Guys, I don't know that we can keep up with her appetite. She'll tear through anything in her way right now. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. Boom. Gone. It's tough keeping up with this big girl. She's gonna be a 10-pounder one day. Alright, boys. Y'all ready to eat? Alright, time to feed the boys. Looks like Clyde's a little interested. Sheriff, not so much. I'm always terrible at this. It's like basketball. Gotta hit it just right. There we go. Oh, Clyde got him one. See, Sheriff seems a little upset. I don't know if he likes his new living conditions. But Clyde doesn't have an issue at all. We got a few more minnows swimming around back here. We'll see if Sheriff is interested. Uh-oh. The duel right here. These two haven't been fighting each other, but let's see who gets this minnow. My money's on Clyde. Uh-oh. Got him. I think Sheriff does not like any changes. Whenever you add something to the tank, move him around, anything like that, the bluegill, he likes stability. He didn't want to be moved around, so he's been eating in low light situations. Whenever the lights get cut off, he'll be smashing them up there at the top, and you can tell because there's a little pop sound. But we'll make sure to leave plenty in here for him tonight. Uh-oh, Clyde's still chasing them. What's funny is when they cross through like that right there, oh gosh, there it is. That was a perfect example. We got Bonnie on one side of the wall, Clyde on the other. That little minnow just escaped death from Bonnie. But you got Clyde over here. Which side do you choose? The turtle was eating a little bit of the plants right there, and then I popped up and he got a little skittish, so he stuck his head out of the water. But so what we're about to do is feed him some little shrimp pellets. So the last video I tried to feed him some earthworms and they just kept slipping through the rocks right there. And a lot of you guys said feed him with tongs. Well, he's still a little bit skittish. You can see he's hiding now since I've been talking. So what we did, we went out and got some freeze-dried shrimp. So I'm going to drop a few shrimp pellets in there for him and let him come up and eat whenever he wants to eat. And then once he gets a little bit more familiar with us, we'll start feeding him with the tongs. But I think this is a good option for his protein diet now. Alright, just dropped him a couple shrimps in. These things are a little bit bigger than what I expected, but I bet you he's going to eat them. That didn't take long at all. He is attacking one of these shrimp. I guess he's just going to eat through it. Man, that's a big shrimp compared to him. He's looking for that protein diet. And man, it'll only take one of those to feed him. Oh, he's going for the other shrimp now. 2 for 1. Smaller. He can actually get that one down. Yep. The turtle is smashing the shrimp. Oh, he's got it halfway down now. Yep. He ate the tail of it. He's going to be growing soon. No, that's the head of it. Look at it, he's got the head right there on his claw. My goodness. We got nothing but savage pets in the house. See if he brings the head back and eats it. Nope. He didn't even know it was there. Now it's time to talk about the future of our 2 pet bass, Bonnie and Clyde. First, we'll talk about the problem and then a few possible solutions. So about a week ago, Bonnie started chasing Clyde around the tank, and usually when they do this, they feel like the tank size isn't big enough for them because they get along great, as good as any 2 bass I've ever had. But we actually started these 2 off in our 55-gallon tank back when they were babies, and you could tell whenever they start feeling like they don't have enough room, they start chasing the other bass away. Some of it's during feeding time, some of it's just not feeling like they have enough room to roam. I mean, you could tell Bonnie would even chase Sheriff off a little bit, so we had to put this divider in. And our original goal was to keep these two pets, Bonnie and Clyde, until we built our own lake. But now that we're already starting to see Bonnie's growing way too fast, we're just not going to have the lake built in time for that, so we got to come up with a solution now. So what I want to do is go over all the possibilities of what we can do with them, and then I want to hear your input, and maybe you'll even give me some feedback on another option that I didn't think about. So obviously one option would be to just leave a divider in the tank. We could probably get a custom divider, split the tank, 150 gallons on the left, 150 on the right, and just keep them separated. But I don't feel like that's going to really make them happy, because Bonnie is feeling crowded in a 300 gallon. I don't know that she's going to be happy for long in 150 gallons. So our second option would be to release Bonnie and Clyde and then eventually move Moby into the 300 gallon tank with Sheriff. So if we end up going that route, there's a couple things we could do. So first off, it's illegal to release any captive fish back into public water. So putting them back where we caught them from isn't possible. So that leaves us with a couple options. Either we could contact Bass Pro Shops and see if they would let us put Bonnie and Clyde in their fish tank, or the other option is to put them in a private pond somewhere. And if we do that, we'll make sure it's a good pond or lake that's got a lot of shad and things for them to eat. So guys, I want you to leave me your input below. Leave a comment below on what you think I should do with them. I personally feel like releasing them is the right decision, because I can also see that before long Moby's going to need to move into a bigger tank. And even our pet turtle will eventually need to move out of his 10-gallon tank, probably into the 55 tank. So let me know if you agree with me. Let me know if you think I should release them and where I should release them. So I'm going to leave it up to you. As always, I like hearing your input, and I listen to everything you guys tell me. And we try to always do what the majority of people want us to do. So that's going to roll us right into our next topic of what we are going to name our new pet turtle. So we've had over 5,000 comments on potential pet names. So what I had to do is this past Wednesday, I put a poll out on YouTube, and his name is Bowser. Around half of you guys wanted us to name him Bowser, so this little guy is named Bowser. Kind of a Mario theme if you've ever seen that. So now we have to go pick a winner for the people who suggested Bowser. Alright, there were dozens of people that commented the name Bowser, but the two that I've selected, the first one is Gucci Pretzels. I like that name. And the second is Gabriel Lopez. Both of you guys send me your addresses and I'll send you out a prize package. But that's going to wrap up this Tank Tuesday. Leave me your feedback on what we should do with Bonnie and Clyde. And whatever we decide to do, we're going to let you know in our next video. And if we're going to release them, it probably is going to be in the next video. So make sure you're subscribed. That way you can watch us release our two pet bass, Bonnie and Clyde. Hope y'all enjoyed the video, and we'll see you next week.
Bonnie and Clyde were pretty looking people, but I can tell you people, they were the devil's children.